ASSN.
Welcome to ASSN, the Adult Sports Situation Network, and you are now smack dab in the middle of the trade frenzy that's going down at midnight. It's a crazy world out there, Mike, and they're not sleeping.
Midnight oil here at ASSN. I mean, this is top-notch reporting right here on the trade deadline.
Yes, sir, indeed, man. There's a lot of moves that are happening. Seattle looks like they're winners right now. Let's jump into that. Seattle Mariners.
What a blockbuster trade. Seattle gives up their number 9, their number 15, and number 16 prospects in this situation, a first baseman to get Gino Suarez. I mean, you got two of the biggest home run hitters in baseball on that team now. You know, Cal Raleigh and Gino Suarez. What a formidable lineup. They acquired Naylor earlier in the week. It's going to be tough AL West in this situation. Houston's got to step up.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are going all the way in, and they are definitely winners with this trade right here. I mean, just imagine Kyle Riley, and then now you got to deal with this guy.
Hey, the good news is he didn't get traded to a National League Central team. That is like, you know, if we didn't get him ourselves, at least he's not in the National League. I mean, if he makes it to the World Series, we'll face him then. That's all I'm worried about as a Cub fan here.
Yes, sir. And there was other moves that went down as well. What are some of the biggest moves that you think were made?
Well, some of the bigger moves that I think were made was the Reds. Believe it or not, they got Zach Little from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They went out and got the third baseman from Pittsburgh. I think it's Cape Ryan. They went out and got him. They really upgraded. It's going to be a tough team. We're going to have the Reds. Something that's going to impact us down the stretch is, you know, Steven Matz gets over to the Cardinals. It looks like the Cardinals are in a fire sale moment. They also got rid of their closer, Helmsley. I think, you know, that's going to benefit us. Believe it or not, we're going to face a much depleted St. Louis Cardinal team who we've only played for 6 games total in this situation. We got a lot of games left with them, including a set next week. I think, you know, they'll be a little down, a little depressed. Maybe they trade Arenado. I mean, you know, he's up on the block in this situation. So, I mean, you know, that's going to affect us because we have to play them a lot. You know, some of the other trades that I saw today were kind of interesting. Well, you can't remember. I mean, Matt's going to Matt's going to the Boston Red Sox was huge in this situation. Now the Cubs had some interesting trades. I mean, I like the Michael Soroka trade that they made today. I'm not impressed with the price. But I think Soroka's got a good chance to do some damage in Wrigley. I don't know the price on the Kitteridge trade that the Cubs made today. But, you know, he was a former All-Star too. So, I mean, you got to look at having these two players on your team. Maybe we got a good relationship with Washington, and they give us Mackenzie Gore now at a discount because we gave him Ronnie Cruz. I mean, I don't know what's going to go on. Maybe we give up Jonathan Long and our first baseman, who's got some power, and Christian Hernandez, and maybe a pitcher out there, and we go out and get Mackenzie Gore. I mean, that would be a huge trade tomorrow. It's going to be interesting to see what's going on. You know, Dylan Cease is linked to the Astros. We'll see if that happens. Sandy Alcantara is linked to the Astros. I hope that happens because then we don't get a pitcher with a 6 ERA. So I know I've been harping on that, but I don't want no pitchers with 6 ERAs. We can't do that. Don't go for that.
Yeah, we won't go for that. No can do.
That is not anything that any Cub fan is ordering right now. Not on the menu.
It's not on the menu.
You know, I hope we're smart enough to pass on Sandy Alcantara. I just don't see mortgaging our future for a guy with a 6 ERA going down to the trade deadline. So I think there's some interesting trades. You know, Adrian Hauser's still out there for the White Sox. He'd be an interesting trade for us. Obviously, Mackenzie Gore, Cabrera with the Marlins is still out there. There's still a lot of good players. Position-wise, I think maybe we had a bench player if we're a Cub, but we're not giving up too much for this. So, I mean, you know.
So the D-backs made some big moves. The Mets made a big move. They got themselves an all-star closer in Ryan. So, I mean, there's a lot of moves going on right now. The Pirates with Key Brian Hayes, where did he go?
He went to the Reds.
The Reds are seriously in this. They're not joking around.
They're not joking around. They fortified their rotation with that trade from Tampa Bay. They can move one of their better people into the bullpen. Kind of what we can do now too. I mean, now we can move Ben Brown into the bullpen at best. I mean, you know, if Javier Assad comes back, maybe Soroka goes into the bullpen. Ray goes into the bullpen. You know, so I mean, we've got a little interesting conundrum here. What's going to happen at pitcher? I mean, you know, Cade Horton is approaching some major innings overall. I mean, more than they expected. And we got, you know, Shota and Boyd, but we got two other spots. We got Italian and Assad coming back, but I think we need another pitcher somewhere down the line.
Yeah, as far as injuries are concerned, you were talking earlier about what's happening out there in Los Angeles.
Well, Los Angeles, Shohei was pulled from his start today. He did end up going back in the game to having a bat, but you got to wonder what's going on with Shohei. Hey, the big injury last week that we didn't address, Aaron Judge on the IL. I mean, that's going to hurt the Yankees for the next 10 days. Hopefully he comes off pretty quick, but you never know if he will or not. And the other thing is, you know, we may be questioning the Cubs. Why didn't we get Suarez in this situation? Well, you can't mortgage the future. And tell me, when you saw him get hit in the hand, were you worried?
Yes. That looked bad. As you guys can see right here, that does not look comfortable.
No.
Not at all.
So, you know, that is one of the things that I'm kind of impressed that the Cubs pulled back from that. So, you know, it'll be an interesting trade deadline. But, you know, something tells me Matt Shaw is going to do some damage towards the end of the season, especially against weak pitching like, you know, the Cardinals. It might hurt us a little bit in the Brewers series, but let's see who we get for pitchers and let's see who, you know, we're going to add. Maybe Ballesteros is the man and he'll come up batting, and this will be his second time around, and he'll beat up the Brewers as well. So there's a lot of different things that we can look at it in this situation. Maybe Owen Casey comes up.
Yeah, maybe he comes up.
That'd be something cool. Yeah. You know, towards the end of the season. By the way, what we gave up for Soroka, number one, Christian Franklin wasn't going to see the Cubs outfield in this lifetime. With the amount of talent we have on that team right now, there is no way he sees the Cubs outfield at the major league level forever. Great move to give him another chance to thrive in another organization. Ronnie Cruz, he could have some upside, but then again, he could flame out. Most of these guys at that level, hitting 287 in A-ball with a couple of home runs, they kind of flame out.
Okay, so out of all the teams and all the moves made so far, or with this trade deadline now fast approaching, who do you think has the most upside? And this is brought to you by Upside. If you guys like to save money on gas and groceries and more, make sure you get your money upside your head.
Let me ask you who your vote is for the Upside here.
Okay. My vote is it's going to have to be Seattle.
I think they're right now they're the winner of this movement. Winner chicken dinner.
Yeah.
Seattle takes this whole thing. You know, the second person I think that is doing pretty well is the Reds. Yeah, I think the Reds are adding a lot of good players here, and they might be a little bit more dangerous than you know we thought at the end of the year. That'll be an interesting thing. They got to play the Brewers a lot too, so that's good. They have a lot of games left with the Brewers, so hopefully they're really really good against them. And these guys have a bad game against us, so that would be good. But I think the Reds are one. But I think we can't say who's going to win this until 4:00 tomorrow afternoon comes around and we say, all right, who went where? It is going to be crazy. Dylan Cease, Sandy Alcantara, Cabrera, Mackenzie Gore possibly, Charlie Morton for the Orioles is that still out there. You know, there's still the Arizona pitchers. We got a lot of pitchers going to be on the move tomorrow. Where? I couldn't tell you.
Who knows?
I mean,
Yeah.
All I know is the asking prices seem to be very, very, very high, even for rentals. So,
and that's probably why there hasn't been some of the movements that we were expecting by now.
And Jed's a smart person. He's not going to mortgage his future for something. I also think he's got a little bad taste in his mouth from the Tucker trade earlier in the year, Tucker for Cam Smith. So it'll be interesting to see. But tomorrow, wow.
Yeah.
We got to come back tomorrow at 5.
Definitely. Definitely, 100%. Make sure you guys get locked in right here on ASSN, the Adult Sports Situation Network, where you're going to get the most up-to-date information and sometimes some laughs and humor. So make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And like he said, we will be back tomorrow for the trade deadline. It's going to be explosive. It's going to be crazy. What are you expecting, Mike?
There's going to be a lot of people on the move, and I don't know what to expect tomorrow. It's going to be an interesting thing. Maybe some teams are going to hold on too long, and they're going to lose out on a trade or two.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see the breakdown. Council came today and said he supported Jed Hoyer and whatever he's doing, he's got a plan. That tells me a lot. And when your manager is like, yep, my GM's doing fine, I'm not worried about it. We have a lot of talent in the farm system, and I think we're okay in the Cubs, but it'll be interesting to see who else gets what in this. I mean, does Boston improve? Do the Astros get? They're chasing everybody. Do they have the talent to trade all that? What are the Phillies going to do? I mean, they've been relatively quiet.
Yeah.
What are the Milwaukee Brewers going to do?
Yeah, that's true.
They've got some young talent to trade. How about the Toronto Blue Jays? We haven't heard from them.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they're standing pat, but wow, what a day! You expecting anything fun tomorrow on this?
I'm expecting for us to be shocked and for us to jump on the plane on Friday and head back to Chicago and be right there smack dab in the middle of everything at Wrigley Field. That's going to
This is going to be an interesting weekend. I don't know if Soroka starts over the weekend for the Cubs. That'll be interesting if he's one of them. I know we got Cade this weekend. That's going to be an incredible start. I think that, we get Cade versus the Orioles. The Orioles who just sold off everybody. Thank you very much. Right now, we get to go and watch a very depleted team play the Chicago Cubs over the weekend. So,
and the Cubs can
I think
themselves to play to the competition.
My worry is they got that one young kid that can come up and pitch, and another guy who can come up and hit. And next thing you know, we're going to be losing to some AAA pitcher that was a no-name before. But I think it's depleted enough. I mean, these teams, they get a little discouraged when you go through a fire sale. Like the Orioles are selling everybody. I mean, anything they're trading for everybody. I mean, it's going to be interesting what we pay for Kitteridge. The guy has a $9 million contract. If we're eating a lot of that money in this situation for the Baltimore Orioles, I imagine we're not giving up much.
Yeah. Well, you guys stay locked in right here with me and Mike, my co-host. Mike and I are here doing work past midnight. It is now 1:07 Mountain Time, 2:07 Central Time in Chicago. And we're giving you guys everything you need to do, everything that you guys need to stay on the forefront of everything that's happening right here on ASSN. Anything else you'd like to say, Mike?
Go Cubs.
Go Cubs.
I'm a little partial to the Cubs. No, I mean, it's going to be fun tomorrow. Trade deadline is always my favorite day of the year. I always love going to the ballpark afterwards, whether my team's a buyer or a seller, because you get to see a whole bunch of new faces. We always think of the winners during the trade deadline. We may not know that for another couple of years. I mean, I take you back to a time in 2021 when you were really upset that we traded Anthony Rizzo for Kevin Alcantara, the Jaguar. We traded Javier Baez for PCA.
That worked out. But at the time.
I mean, at the time, we did not think it was going to work out. And then, Chris Bryant was traded for, who was it? he was traded for Alexander Canario, and Canario made the big leagues. He has more home runs than Bryant this year, but I mean, he had more home runs than Bryant last year for the Cubs. So
yeah.
But we didn't know Bryant was going to be that miserable, and Canario is good. He's moved on to the Pirates and the Mets, and we'll see where he ends up. But it was worth a trade on that situation, and worth the chance. We also had another pitcher that we got in that deal, but neither of them panned out. But not all of them pan out. But some of them, like PCA, God, I mean, I think the Mets want him back.
Yeah. Well, speaking of panning out, everyone that's actually in on this MLB trade situation has their pans out and they're cooking. And we're going to find out exactly who is doing what tomorrow. We'll be right back here with you guys. So make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. And always get your ass in, because this is a lot better than being asked out. Right, Mike?
Exactly, my friend. Remember, tomorrow, check with us. We're going to tell you everything that there is to break down the winners, the losers. Even the Diamondbacks, they get some wins today, so they're gonna see a tough team next year.
Wow. All right, see you guys. See you in the next one.
We have everything you're looking for. We are your complete couture sports store. We have sweaters, we have hoodies, we have sweatpants, mugs, face masks, pillows, leggings, backpacks, blankets, yoga mats, beach towels, and more. We're not your average merch store. We're top-end designs, you'll definitely stand out from the crowd. So get your merch now at ASSNSports.com and be on the lookout for our digital calendars coming soon. So get your ass in gear.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?